Good morning. Excuse the atrocious lighting. I can actually not see myself because I'm filming this on my iPhone because it's very early in the morning and Sam is sleeping. And yeah, this is a bit of an impromptu video, but I have an event this morning and I thought, you know what? I will take you with me to my office space in my flat because we're still working from home. Anyway, I just thought I'd like film a little bit what I do when I have an event day. I will take you with me today and show you a little bit about what a day in the life of an events manager in a global pandemic that works in publishing looks like. Ready now. I am going to set up my desk. I haven't had breakfast yet because Sam is actually meditating in the kitchen, so I will wait to make my breakfast and I'll have that in front of my laptop. This should be a fairly smooth event, so I'm not managing the tech, which is always great because the tech is like so stressful. I just need to make sure that I'm all logged in, that I've got all the links at hand if like the speaker needs them, and that I've got my phone nearby, which is there. So it's great. So yeah, I will see if I can show you a little bit of the event as well. This author that we're doing the event with, she's amazing. We've been working with her for like so long. And I don't know, I feel like I have literally like attended so many of her talks and organized like quite a few events with her. And I never get tired of hearing her talk. So is one not to miss. Also, this is just the reality of like what most days my desk looks like. It's just like an utter mess with like lots of stuff around. I still need to figure out where to put like my ring light and things like that. So yeah, right now I've got my laptop and my side hustle laptop, so I'm just gonna like set up for today, get all ready, and then go get some breakfast. One thing that I actually do when I have events and I'm like the only contact for them is, instead of just like having my phone, for example, the night before with me all the time, I will just like forward my work phone to my personal phone so that if there's any emergencies or anything, whoever needs to contact me can contact me without me having to like, you know, pick up emails late or just feeling like I need to work like very late. Before, I used to like check my phone, my work phone all the time, and it was just like too much because there's always like an event going on and there's always something that could go wrong, and I was just like, nope, this is like not the way. So now I'm removing the call forwarding just to make sure that everything comes through to my work phone. Okay, so this is like my work setup at the moment for the event. I really like to keep my laptop, my personal laptop at hand, just in case anything happens with my other laptop, which is where I'm gonna log in for the actual session. I've got my work phone, I've got also my personal phone, again for the same reason. And then super clean desk, just a big water bottle that's just like my favorite water bottle that gets me through, a pen and a quick post-it stack just in case I need to like note down something very quickly. And that's about it. I'm just keeping it really clear, just, you know, so that I can focus on the event, just like making sure everything goes well. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go get my headphones and I will log in. I need to basically like connect the Bluetooth to the laptop, which is always an absolute pain, but it's great because then Sam is going to be in the room, so he doesn't have to necessarily hear the event whilst he's having meetings. Okay, so now that I've showed you my desk, what my setup is, Sam has finished meditating, so I am going to go and get some breakfast. So I'm not really the best at like eating before an event. I always get really sort of, I guess, like a bit stressed, and so my stomach just like closed down. Do you say that? You probably don't say that, but anyway. So I think what I'm gonna do is that's like my washing hanging. What I'm gonna do is I am going to get something super quick Okay, so I feel like the camera might be a bit tilted, but anyway, the event is all wrapped up. It was great. I absolutely love hearing Helen speak. She's fantastic. And it's always like just like a good learning for me every time that we do events. I feel like any time that I can attend and I can follow the session is such a good refresher for me, for my career, for my personal development, which is definitely a massive perk of the job. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss live events. But yeah, so this was like a really great event. Now what I'm gonna need to do is do the follow-up. So send a note to the author, send a note to the client, make sure that I've recorded all the details that I needed to record for our internal updates and things like that, which is gonna be great. And then the rest of my day is relatively quiet. I think I have got a call with a supplier for an exciting potential event. If this happens, this is gonna be like my favorite event. So like our events, especially in the virtual setting, haven't been as creative as I would have liked them to be. So this could actually be quite an interesting experience. And the word is there, like experience. I think some events are more about the learnings and some events are more about what you experience during them. So this is gonna verge more on the experiential side, which is super exciting. Please cross your fingers because I really want this to go through and happen. So I've got a call with the supplier to talk about how the logistics could work, and then I'll just pick up the conversation with the client to see if we can like make it happen with the authors that they have requested. This is what gets me excited about my job. And I haven't been able to do so much of it because of COVID. So yeah, I do miss it. I miss the good old days. Anyhow, after that, I have got some time which I am going to spend making sure that everything is on track. But specifically, I'll just like set a few hours for myself today looking into a specific project. I have a call at the end of today with someone from the US, Team Penguin US, which is so cool because actually all the penguin companies essentially in the different countries like operate as separate companies. And so although we don't do like the same things, we do have some teams who are doing work that is like a little bit more similar to what we do. And so I'm talking to one of them to like try to understand what has been working for them, see if we can like brainstorm a few ideas. And also this person is quite a bit more senior than me, so I'm gonna be able to like get a sense of if she's got any advice for me like navigating this career, because they have a much bigger events and talent team in the US. And so it's gonna be like a really good opportunity for me to understand. And yeah, and then tonight I've got dinner with a friend, which I cannot wait to see. So yeah, I'll just take you with me for the rest of the day. But that was very much the morning in the life of an events prof during COVID times. And as I said, it is not the most exciting thing. I didn't really have to do anything. It was pretty straightforward. All the kind of like tech worked. I just had to send through a few pointers to the person that was managing the tech. I think the cool thing about being an event manager, which a lot of people don't realize, is that your work is done and is done well when no one notices. So the client and the author actually didn't even know that I was like messaging the person that was like managing the tech, but I know, and like we sorted out a few problems that were coming up, and that's it. That was done. Nobody needs to know. You know, as long as the event goes well, that everyone has a good time, that's, you know, my job done, and I'm happy. I am very proud of myself because after the last vlog that I'm gonna link up here that I did, I today have my lunch meal prepped, so I'm just gonna like put it all together and have my lunch. Okay, so I am now at the end of the day and I have got my meeting and I'm super excited about this one, and I thought I'd share like some things that I do to make sure that I'm like ready for a meeting when I'm meeting somebody new that I don't know and that I want to make sure I get the most out of the time that I have with this person. So I don't want to hold my camera like this because I'm just gonna get tired. Okay, you can see me in here. Okay, so I was saying, when I have a meeting with someone that I really want to make sure I get the most out of the conversation with, because I know that someone who's busy or somebody who I really feel like I might be just losing the plot with, you know, like sometimes you meet people and because you know that they're very senior or because they have been doing something that you've really admired, it just like becomes more difficult to like think straight. So what I like to do is I like to prepare in advance. So what I have spent my time doing now before I get into this meeting is having a look at the profile of this person. So I know it sounds like a little bit weird, but it's really helpful to understand who you have in front of you, what kind of experience they had, what have they been working on or doing, so that you don't end up like asking like silly questions and things like that. And so that you familiarize yourself with their experience already. Then I like to look at if they are associated with a specific company or a specific project. I really like to dive into that project. So again, I don't ask questions that I could easily Google. I think like that for me is like the major rule of like my life and career. Do not ask something that you can Google. I find it extremely irritating when people do that with me, and I appreciate not everyone might find it irritating, but for me, if I can avoid it and if it's something that is obvious that I'm gonna be able to find out online, then I'll just like go and find it out before the meeting. So I did that, and I just like took a really good look at what was going on, you know, what the company is doing, what they're like working on and things like that, so that I can refer to those projects. And the conversation can be like really, you know, like specific, because I think sometimes, especially with all these like Zoom calls and stuff like that, everything becomes so wishy-washy. So I'm very prepared. I've also gone through all my emails and like my colleagues' emails to see if they had sent me something related to this project so that I can make sure I'm aware of it. I think like a lot of the time, especially like in corporate large companies, sometimes you've been in talks of having a meeting for a month. So with this specific meeting, actually, I've been talking about it since like March, which is like ages. But that kind of like makes me think, oh, okay, is there some emails that I've missed? Let me just like go back. So I've just gone back and like looked through the emails, read through them, so what everyone has been inputting on it, and just like again familiarize myself with the information that was already shared with me that I may have not remembered or forgotten or whatever. So now I feel like really prepared, and I feel like I can go into the meeting really, you know, eager to meet this person and not stressed about having to get a lot of information because I actually don't know where to start. And then also I have got like a bunch of questions, so like 6 or 7 questions that I have written down. They're all about specific projects and specific things, and I might not ask them all, but I've got them there. And so if during the conversation I, for example, like I blank or whatever, I'm gonna like refer to my questions and say, you know, do you know what, actually I came prepared. I've got some things that I really would like you to let me know or talk to me about and things like that. So yeah, I feel really good about this. It's very exciting, but I thought I'd give you some tips just in case you're someone who freezes when you have meetings with people. I think that was me like a very long time ago. I used to just like go into meetings and think that everything was supposed to be spontaneous, and I realized very soon that that was not the case. So yeah, always like to be prepared as much as possible. And that's a wrap on today's vlog. I have had such a good like day with lots of like event specific things, which are the things that I love the most. There is hope for the future, and I can't wait to get back into in-person events, but even just like planning them is making me happy and cheering me up. So now I am going to head out for dinner with a friend of mine, and I'll see you the next time.